something I didn't ever think would be something I would talk about, but we're going to talk about K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
K-pop. Miracle likes K-pop, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Miracle likes K-pop. You listened to a K-pop song from this band.
Yes. I listened to Butter. I heard it, but I didn't know what it was called or the lyrics.
It was exactly what I expected it to sound like.
What? Catchy.
It's catchy pop music. It was exactly what I expected it to sound like. But this is from TMZ, and it says, BTS, boys in the band must join South Korean army. So, conscription is a bitch.
Yeah, this is very old news.
See, the article's from today, so technically it's not old news.
This has been like years they've been saying they were supposed to go to the military, but they kept on pushing it off because they're a popular band and they're still representing South Korea. So they kept on pushing off like their time to go.
When are they going?
So half of them, I believe, is already over the age of like 20. So I think they're going maybe soon, right? Soon, because the new president told them like you have to go now.
So we'll get into
Good
it. So
for him.
they have a new president there, and basically one of the first things they asked him was like, "So what about that BTS exemption?" And there's been no answer yet. But it says, in shades of Elvis, the biggest band on the globe will be walking away from the mic for a year and a half to serve in South Korea's army. South Korea's ambassador to Great Britain made it clear K-pop band members have the same obligation as everyone else, an obligation to protect their country. There's good reasons to worry these days. North Korea has become super aggressive. Kim Jong-il, he recently fired a missile that could carry nuclear warheads.
Ooh.
That's very, yes.
The Rocket Man.
And what I think of when that happens is like BTS on the front lines, like looking really, really like...
Oh, one of them could have got away with it because he's already, he's already 28, so he could have went away with it if they didn't say anything.
Well, maybe it ends up passing before he has to. Like, maybe. They haven't gone yet. So
because like in South Korea, it's supposed to be 18 to 28.
Yes, right here it says South Korea requires men ages 18 to 28 to serve at least 18 months. The ambassador said it was very much expected that young Korean men serve the country, and those BTS members are role models for many young generation Koreans. He did not give a time frame on when the group would be called to duty. It does bring back memories of the stories of Elvis, who was at the height of his popularity in the 1950s, joined the military. He was able to restart his career, but it was never quite the same after that. There was also the pro football player whose name always escapes me, who joined the NFL, or who was in the NFL, got a large contract, and then after 9/11 enlisted and was actually KIA, was actually killed in action over there. But there was like a list here. It was like a bunch of celebrities. It's amazing how many celebrities had that you wouldn't expect. Like Clint Eastwood, yeah, I buy that he served in the military. Tom Selleck, Hugh Hefner, but there was like some other ones that I wasn't expecting. I don't remember who it was. I'm going to look actually. Oh yeah, Chuck Norris, Air Force. That makes perfect sense. Bob Barker, not exactly somebody I would have seen as a military man, but a lot of them, like Mr. T, it fits right in with their character. But Drew Carey,
Hugh Hefner doesn't make sense because I just picture him wearing a robe.
Yeah, on the battlefield.
Yeah,
on the battlefield. So I like how they put John F. Kennedy as like a celebrity rather than a politician, because that used to be very normal for politicians to have military service. Ron DeSantis is like a Navy SEAL.
Well,
like retired Navy SEAL.
John F. Kennedy played in the movie, right? Like he was an actor once before he joined politics.
I don't remember
or
that.
During,
that.
Yeah, so he was in a... I forgot what
you have
movie
to look it
was.
up.
Yeah.
I know Ronald Reagan was an actor, but okay. So this other article is from the Korean Herald and says BTS military exemption not discussed yet, according to the presidential transition team. And it says basically, I get down here. We're not going to go with the names, Miracle. I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. I'll help you.
No, I'm saying we don't need to do the names. Like it's politician A, politician B.
Okay.
But it says that there was no mention of the military service at all during the presidential transition committee. The president of the transition committee told reporters after the visit from HYBE headquarters, HYBE, late Saturday, it's something that should be decided in the newly launched Yoon government after discussion with the National Assembly. But they're leaving the door open for further information. It says there was speculation that Saturday's meeting could lead to the removal of the biggest hurdle for the group's global career, the mandatory military service. All able-bodied South Korean men are required to serve in the armed forces for a period of about 2 years as recipients of the 5th class Hwagwon?
What?
Second paragraph paragraph underneath the photo. So it says they won. It's like the Order of Cultural Merit. So it's like kind of like
I don't know how.
It's kind of like how they have like they give like awards to like knighthoods in Britain for people in entertainment and stuff like that. So they're talking about it says the 7 members of the group can prolong enlistment until they're 30 years old. So that flies in the face of the 28-year-old thing that we heard earlier. It says, this means Jin, is that how you pronounce? I'm assuming that's pronounced Jin. The oldest member of the group must enlist by December of this year.
Told you, he was almost like free. Like, you know,
well, he's not free. They're making him wait till the end.
I know.
He should have just done it earlier and gotten it over with.
He should have, but it's just funny because originally they didn't want them to do it because, as you said in the other article, like they're a role model for South Korea and they represent South Korea. So if something happened to them, nobody cares about South Korea.
But that should be even more reason that they serve the country, right?
You would think.
I'm surprised because I thought, most of the appeal of the K-pop stars was that they're these soft boys.
Yeah.
And they like their little cinnamon rolls or whatever.
Well, it depends which banner you're talking about, because when BTS first started off, they were like a hardcore rap group, and that's what I really love them.
They're just bubblegum pop now. I mean, I just thought like the ARMY would be pushing back against this.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about the ARMY because we have Mary here to wade through the depths of evil that is Twitter. But before we get to that, it says conscription law in Korea grants such exemptions, and this is what I found the most interesting about this. So there are exemptions for Olympic medal winning athletes and recipients of global awards in classical music and art, but there is no clause concerning pop musicians. So they clearly do not value pop entertainment the way that these people would like for them to value it. It says, more specifically, the clause would allow the said individuals to substitute their active duty service with activities in their respective fields. A soccer player must continue his soccer career during the 2 years, and a violinist must continue to perform. There have been complaints from K-pop fans that even the most accomplished stars cannot benefit from such a clause, unlike those in classical music. During Saturday's meeting, Bang told On that he feels the Korean society as a whole can be a bit depreciative towards pop culture. I
love that about them.
Yeah, it's like
we value pop culture in the West far too highly.
It's one of the reasons I enjoy doing the shows, because we tend to be very critical of a lot of the shows that do like what we do tend to be very shill and they just want to rub elbows with celebrities. I want to actually have a conversation from someone who isn't from Hollywood, or talk about it with people that aren't from Hollywood, aren't under the spell of what that world offers people. And I think that there is a utility in having discussions about it because it is so valued by so many people in our culture here. So to know that other cultures understand that it is a bit frivolous is kind of enlightening, and gives me hope that maybe we can get back to that here.
I hope they don't add a clause about pop stars.
Let's hope not. So, but I mean, like I said, Gal Gadot was in the military. Everyone in Israel has to do at least 18 months or something or 2 years of service, and she was a fitness instructor. I mean, they're not going to put her on the front lines.
No.
Yeah.
She might smile away the enemy. It might actually work.
Yeah, because like my favorite band, Big Bang, like they were already like over the age of 20, and like I think it was like 4 years ago, like all of them joined the military, but they didn't put them in the front lines. They put them like somewhere in the back. I forgot. It was like something stupid.
But the point is that they had to do
serve.
it.
Yeah.
Did they all survive? I'm assuming they all survived.
They all survived, but sadly,
was the career ever the same afterwards?
The career. So basically, they're gonna make their comeback soon. My favorite member of that group, everybody knows it, and somebody debate me in the comments. T.O.P., which is top, but people pronounce it T.O.P., but I'm like, no, it spells top, you idiots. Basically, for him, he did an interview and he's like, yeah, but one of their members had legal allegations against him because he ran a prostitution ring, and he's no longer in that band.
And he's your favorite member?
Why is he your favorite member?
No, a different guy.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
he was talking about it. He
was like, I love prostitution.
No, but T.O.P., like, he was talking about it because I think he was like the third oldest, the member that he was talking about. I forgot who he was, but he wasn't that important anyway in my eyes. But
and they're gonna have you think their careers are gonna come back?
Their career, no, they said they're going to come back, but they're dismissing one member because in total they had 5.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see if that happens. But there is a bill pending in the National Assembly that, if passed, would allow prominent pop stars to gain the advantage of such exemptions. And like Mary said, I'm with you right there. Like, let's hope that they don't, and understand that classical music, that I understand, Olympics, that is a physical exertion, and to win in sport is a little bit different. So I agree. And now speaking of military, we are going to talk about, oh my goodness,
the Army,
which as somebody who grew up during the boy band era, understand that like ridiculous fandoms are a thing. I obviously understand that like every pop culture group, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Marvel, whether it's DC, they all have their weirdo super fans that like live, breathe, and die by these properties, whether it's because it was something that influenced them when they were young and impressionable, whether it's the literal overdoses of nostalgia we're kind of having pumped into our veins these days. I had a fantastic time at watching WrestleMania last night, and one of it was the most nostalgic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I got to witness Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestle again after 19 years. Pure nostalgia, but nostalgia is a drug in a lot of ways. So this is referring to her name is irrelevant. She is one of just many hundreds of millions of people that are kind of take this approach.
Her identity doesn't matter. She is Army.
She is Army,
and nothing else.
That's honestly a really astute observation. Who she is to her probably does not matter in the same way. So it says, do you want to go ahead and read this for me?
Yes, I think I can
capture the
convey
essence.
The instability. Army, we are officially in BTS lockdown. Haters, antis, naysayers, and stupid people will be blocked, muted, ignored. We will not be giving them an ounce of our time or energy. People who engage will be blocked. No free promo. We control the narrative today. Pass it on.
It reads...
To whom it may concern.
Yes.
We are currently on a BTS lockdown and therefore will not be entertaining any distractions nor bullshit from you. Please contact us in 72 hours after comeback for further concerns. Regards, Army.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Were you aware of this? Okay.
Are you on BTS lockdown?
No, I don't care for them.
No
offense. Like, you guys can fight me. I just don't care for them. That much.
This is because the Grammys are coming up.
Yes,
yeah. It's a far more important battle than any real military operation.
Yes, she found this because apparently they're up for a Grammy this year.
Yeah.
And this is like Army people arguing with people who are like American Army people. Like
they hate the Western stance, so they're trying to weed out any distractions from like streaming butter.
I also had to have
so absurd.
I also had to have Mary point out to me what INFP-T meant, which I had never heard. That was in
the person's bio.
That was in this person's bio, so
yeah.
I had never heard of that before. What is it again? Does anybody know?
It's an MBTI personality type. If you have it in your bio, you might be a little bit self-obsessed.
I have a story behind that because I actually have one of those.
What?
Which one are you?
It said that I was I don't remember like all of it, but mainly it was like introverted. But I only took that stupid test because this guy that really wanted to be with me, he's like, do you want to take this? I took it for my company and I was like, sure, why not?
Creepy.
Yeah.
Super creepy.
Yeah, it's usually a corporate thing, like finding your communication style or something. But this person is introverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving.
It's so dumb.
And then the dash
Whatever
T?
the F that means.
And
dash T?
Yes.
That's for like a career option.
Okay.
I forget which one it was.
I do. It kind of boggles my mind. Like, I imagine going up to someone and like, hey, want to take the MMPI together? Like,
MBTI.
Well, it's the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory. That's like where you learn whether you.
Okay.
Yes. That's what this feels like to me. And it's like. These are the people that
want to take the fitness gram pacer test.
Yeah,
oh my god, I hated that. You remember the pacers?
I never took it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lucky. Okay, I took that stupid thing like because my high school and junior high we took it, and like everybody will remember this. California still does it. The stupid pacers where they're like, touch the line, Ben. ready, go. And then it's like beep, and you have to touch the line, and then beep, run back, touch the line, and then do continuously. And they're like, now we're going faster. And we're like, fuck.
I'm so glad that none of this makes sense to me. Yes.
You never took the.
I think it was only a California thing.
I had to take the MMPI from the therapy stuff that had to do with sobriety and all that stuff, but that was a little bit different. I also like this. So there was this other one here, and the
whole thread.
The whole the reason I'm pointing this out is just because, like, imagine being these people who are like, you hold this much sway with the public. 100 years ago, you'd call people like this gods, or not 100, like thousands of years ago, you'd call people like this gods to have
or dictators.
I guess they're not really making demands of these people, but
Kim Jong-un is considered a god, even though he's a dictator.
Yeah,
some people
for people to be this wrapped up in something as frivolous as pop music is, I feel like it shouldn't shock me, but it always does.
Oh my god!
Like, so you want to read? I need you to read the other one too.
Okay, the whole thread.
Just the
first journey.
Just the top one. Just the top one.
Okay, just picture someone with like tears streaming down their face. They're sweating bullets and like peeing their pants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm officially entering BTS lockdown. For new armies who still don't understand what that is, let me explain real quick. BTS lockdown means not paying attention to anything but supporting the boys. That means ignoring other fandoms, no matter how annoying they get or how loud.
It's kind of amazing. And this thread is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's an academic journal entry,
like,
literally.
How does, like, you know that the CIA is like, we need to hire these people when, like, if we could, like, get them mentally stable and, like, going, you know, like, they would be fantastic assets to any government if they were more stable. And I guess on one hand, I don't want to, like, talk crap about them because they're young. Maybe,
I want to talk crap about
I
that.
think,
I don't care. I don't think it's normal
but
or
it boggles
healthy to be a stan.
It's like especially when they're outwardly attacking other people. Like, if you want to base your entire existence around, like, a celebrity or a musician, I think it's weird. But as long as you're not hurting other people, I don't really care. But if you're gonna, like,
they're hurting my eyes that I have to read this.
Fair enough. So, okay, they're hurting you. They're hurting you
personally.
So yes, that's what was the one that says we are past the stage of wanting local validation, and we should never play into that dynamic now more than ever, especially with the situation here with Western award shows like the Grammys.
Remember, whether they win or not, we stay winning.
This is it boggles my mind. Miracle, I can't believe that you that you know these people exist and feel safe. I feel very unsafe knowing all this stuff.
Because I have friends who are like this.
Crazy.
How old are they?
They're about my age.
You're
it's
kidding.
Fine. It's fine.
Like,
we're all okay.
How is anyone a stan after the age of, like, 16?
Well, it depends how dedicated you are.
They're extremely dedicated. This person said at the end of the thread that they haven't been sleeping or eating.
Like, it's dramatic.
That's a call for help.
The long award show ahead.
Yes.
Let's go, baby.
No, like, I do have friends like this, and we'll talk about it. I'm so happy I don't have social media anymore. I just threw away my whole life. I was like, who needs social media life anymore?
Well, like I said, Mary takes more of an issue with, like, I'm just kind of like, you know, as long as you're not hurting other people, who am I to judge? But it's like, it's just...
This behavior is a scourge on society and also the internet.
It just shocks me a little bit. That's all I'm saying. So, assuming that they win tonight, I'm sure that the army will mobilize, whatever that means in this context.
They will mobilize.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Could mean anything. All right.
Fan cams.
Oh, man. Okay, what is a fan? I mean, I can guess.
It's just a video of K-pop stars dancing, and you try to get as many people to click on it as possible.
Incredible. I learned something new every day.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.